Okay, this is part two of the new DD contract of the updated terms of 2019 as of November. Uh, so we're going to discuss this because Doordash is trying to protect themselves. One, because there was a dasher killed in a very bad area delivering at a really late time of night, and they don't want to take liability for that because they were working with Doordash. And because people are delivering in areas that require special car insurance to be a delivery person, and so DoorDash is trying to separate themselves entirely and make the dasher totally and solely responsible. So here is the breakdown of the contract I read in the part one vlog. If you didn't see it, go back and listen to it, and I read the entire contract that comes up when you're trying to schedule a dash or clock into your dash. You will be blocked by this picture on your phone, and you have to accept it in order to work. If you decline it, you can't work. So they're forcing you to accept the new terms. So anyway, if you want to work, that is. Okay, so the first description is you, the contractor dasher, as an individual or corporate. That means that you are an independent solely, right? You do not work for DoorDash. You work for yourself. You have your own business, and all you do is make the delivery. That you don't work for the restaurant. You don't work for the customer. All you are is a delivery person. You get the food from or products from point A to point B. That's the agreement you have. So it says effective this date. By accepting, click agree to make sure you understand the contract. Okay, so once you click that, you sign to it. So let's see what I've got. I'm online here with DD, so I don't believe them. I don't believe that. I'm going to decline that. I'm going to put, this order is too small. It said breakfast place, it was for $8. Okay, so anyway, the next one is DoorDash is only a company website for shopping. That is for registered users. That means people that sign up to order food from the DoorDash website, food or products. And when a shopper orders from DD, the dasher is notified that there is a delivery available, and once accepted by the dasher, DD helps or aids for the completion of the delivery. Now, I got a lot to say about that because a lot of times DD hesitates the delivery by making you wait and clown around. I've had DD hang me up when I first started, hang me up for 2.5 hours at a location in 30-degree weather, and man, I sure couldn't afford to have the car running all that time to run the heater. But I was mad as hell. I was out in Mobile, Alabama, wasn't it, that one night? At a huge apartment complex, and that we could not find the unit because it was like 80 buildings, literally, like a miniature city, like 80 buildings, apartment buildings. And it was really hard to try to find. And they told me I had to wait. I had one that was a 400-mile away order by the address because the address was incorrect. And DoorDash wanted me to sit around and wait for an hour with no pay. They don't pay by the hour, so don't even get that in your head because they don't. And you're real lucky if they pay you for half an order when you show up at the restaurant after you've driven all the way over there. They don't pay you by the hour. Don't even get that idea. It's paid by the order. Okay, so DoorDash is saying they're only a company website for shoppers that are registered users of their website. And so when a shopper orders from DD, a contractor is notified, a delivery is available, and once accepted by the contractor is dasher. DD helps for completion of the delivery. Okay, so they try to aid the dasher in getting the delivery completed. So if there's any problems or anything, they will try to call the customer, work it out with them, so that you don't have to fool with all that. And Didi is not a restaurant, delivery service, or food preparation business. So they're totally separating themselves, just saying they're just a website people order from. So they're separate from you and the restaurants and everything else. So if the customer has a complaint about Dasher or the restaurant or how the food was done or anything like that, well, that's those people's problem. It's not DoorDash problem. Contractor is an independent, only authorized to deliver. So when you're working for DoorDash, which they say you're not working for them, you are an independent delivery person, your own business. It says the contractor has all equipment and supplies to deliver bags, rollies, car, gas, toll money, parking meter money, GPS, your own clothes to deliver. They don't require you wear DoorDash shirts or any of that other stuff, a uniform. They can't if you're independent. They can't require it. But you need to be dressed appropriately. And you need to have a really clean car. Because if a restaurant comes out there and sees your car nasty, or you're leaving your kids alone, or you have animals in the car, they can refuse you service. And that's a clear and total fail. And DoorDash doesn't even have to pay you for that if the restaurant contacts them, because a lot of them are online with them and they can contact them right there on the spot and say, I don't want this Dasher delivering this food. Or if the Dasher doesn't bring the bags in, or if the Dasher's bags are nasty dirty, or the Dasher's an idiot and being rude to the people at the restaurant, or throwing fits, or anything like that, or sitting in their drive-thru and they don't want you in their drive-thru because the order takes too long to get prepared. Well, it's up to the restaurant to complain to DoorDash and have you removed off that order. The Dasher is not an employee of DoorDash, not an employee of a restaurant, but an independent delivery person of their own business. So they're saying that you have your own business, that you are delivering food, and you're just accepting orders from DoorDash. Okay, so remember that, because then you get into the tax situation of it, business licenses, and car insurance end of it, because you've now become commercial. So whatever city, state you live in, you need to find out what the laws are there, and you need to, comply with that, because you are, in essence, a business of your own. I know in the Fort Walton area, they have business permit is about $37, I think, this year. And you go down to the city and go get it. You get it right there, boom, boom. And then they may ask you to get a tax permit, too. And I can't remember how much that is, but and you have to renew that yearly. And you have to carry that on your own. And just like if you're a dancer or something in the area, they have to get business license too, because they're independent contractors now. They don't give them paychecks anymore. That's paychecks by the hour. I'm not talking about the large tippers that stuff comes off the credit card and the clubs separate that on a check. Okay. Dashers can pick any shifts to work. Now that's another independent contractor legal clause, because they cannot make you work so many hours a week. You're technically not supposed to be on a schedule if you're independent. So they're saying that you pick what you want to work. And the Dasher can accept or decline a order at any time. So you make the choice to push that button to accept, or make that choice to push that button to decline. If you don't think that the pay is good enough, or the mileage, or you don't want to go to that place, whatever, you have the right to decline the order. The Dasher decides how they want to deliver and complete the delivery. Now, here's where it gets good. If a customer calls and complains you wouldn't go upstairs, DoorDash doesn't give a damn, because they contracted the job out to an independent. So if you don't want to go upstairs, you don't have to. Because honestly, DoorDash is only paying you to go to that address, okay? That building address, or the gate entry address of the complex, to the front door of the hotel, all that. They are not paying you to go walking down hallways, going upstairs, up and downstairs, all through hospitals, all that. DoorDash is not paying you for that. Now, you make the choice if you wish to do that, and you're working for those tips, and you think they're going to tip you really big, cash, whatever. Of course, you don't know your tip till the end of the order. I still think DoorDash is kind of hiding that stuff, but um, it's your decision of how you want to get the order done. You just really need to get it to the customer. That's the point. So if you want to tell the customer, I'll meet you at the front door, you can do that. If you want to tell the customer, I don't do stairs, you can do that. If you want to tell the customer, we're not permitted to go on private property through a security gate, because technically, legally, it's in the owner or renter's contract in those secured complexes to not give out the gate code, because they're paying that big price for that secured complex. Once they start giving out those gate codes, the gate codes are just everywhere, and then places get robbed, and people have access to that because they can get in, and they've just subjected, the complex to risk. So, and there are signs that say no trespassing, no delivery people past this point. There's a lot of stuff on that. Security guards don't want to let you in. They really need to meet you at the gate of the complex. They really do. Because, one, you're not even insured to go in there as a commercial person if you don't have commercial insurance and a delivery permit or license. So, think about it and you make that choice. But technically, they should be meeting you at that gate. So you take the risk of going over that line because it's a restricted area. It's a private property area. And if anything happens in there, you get in a beef or your car gets hit, whatever, DoorDash is not liable. It's all on you, and you have to deal with law enforcement and whatever on that stuff. So be careful with that. Hotels, you're not paid to go traipsing all through hotels and different levels and different stories and all that stuff and sit at the front desk waiting for them to finish with their customers to tell them you have an order and get permission to go into the hotel or have them call the customer, because hotels don't want you wandering around on their property at all. Okay? That's a fact. One, because there's a lot of married guys that bring their girlfriends to hotels and the wife knows where they're at and she wants to just cruise on up there, so she'll go to the desk and go, what room number is so-and-so in? They're not going to give that information out to protect themselves. They don't want shootings or beatings or screamings or any drama. So they're very private, the hotels. They do not like delivery people traipsing about. You have to get permission. And the next thing is you don't have parking, and they don't want you parking in their overhead ramp, leaving your car, blocking their customers coming into the hotel, checking in, because that's really meant for hotel customers, not for delivery people. So you have the right to tell your customer, I'll see you in front of the hotel lobby building, and I will have a white Mercedes. And that way you can get the customer to come down, because we're not taxi drivers. We don't know every address. We don't know where every building is. We don't know what the number apartment is in every place. They don't send us a map. We don't live there. We may have never been there in our life. That's not what we are. We just deliver food. We're not paid. We're timed on our orders to get that order there in time. We lose bonuses and whatever, and lose other orders when we're going to try and find parking at a really busy place and can't park. We're subject to tickets if we leave the car in the middle of the road with the lights flashing, and blocking driveways, pissing off hotels and whatever businesses there are. You can't leave your car parked in front of the emergency room door at the hospital and go traipsing in the hospital. So one, the security guard's going to stop you. And also, we have a liability now that DoorDash makes us a separate entity. We, the Dasher, can be sued for bringing food into a hospital and giving it to a patient that is not supposed to have that kind of food on their diet. And if that patient dies, then you can be sued for giving them that food. That's right. So make sure they come to the door of the entry or emergency room, whatever their choice is. I don't care if it's an employee or what. Don't take that risk. You're not paid to traipse all over the hospital, wait on elevators and clown around and stand at front desk and ask for so-and-so. If they want that food, they're going to come out and get it. Just like any other delivery business. They will take the time to step to the door and get it. Okay? And two, my phone rings constantly with spam because DoorDash's website was compromised back in May of 2019. And our phone numbers got sent all over the world for all kinds of crazy crap. So the Dasher decides how they want to deliver and complete the delivery. One, I'm not doing stairs unless it's like the Hilton Hotel, because usually they'll give me a great tip and it's worth the time to go to the desk and say, hi, I have a delivery for this person from Doordash for room number da-da-da, and they will call the customer and they will tell them, and the customer will either opt to come down or they will approve you to go upstairs and deliver it. But still, then again, you've got to go up and down hallways, try to find rooms. They don't want to answer the door because they're naked. You know, and I even text them every mile away and that the food is ready or waiting on their food, and these suckers will not be ready to open that door. I had one where I went upstairs and everything, and they didn't answer the door, and the hotel desk had called them at the Hilton in Pensacola, Florida, and I even was coming back downstairs, and the other people that were in the room were waiting downstairs by the elevator. I wasted all that time. And it ruins your ratings, and you don't get bonuses. So you decide how you want to deliver this food. If you don't want to go upstairs, you want to meet them at the front door, because I'm not paid for that. I'm not paid to drive all over complexes. No, sir. You know, that mileage is not included in the order. It only pays you to that first address. So if the address of the gate is that address, DoorDash is not paying you to go past that gate. So you decide if you want to waste the time driving through, trying to find some buildings, whatever. Have the customer meet you. Say, okay, meet me at the pool or the leasing office, whether it's closed or open. They know where the leasing office is. It's right next to the gate, and that's a good place to meet. Okay? And always ask the customer for the name on the order before you release that food. You don't want to give it to the wrong person. And then swipe delivered immediately before you start yip-yapping with this customer, because you'll forget to do it, and you lose your ratings when you take too long to deliver. DD will not guarantee work available at any time. That means DD is not going to guarantee you full-time hours, part-time hours, work on some days, because there's so many dashers. And sometimes in a brand new area, there aren't many dashers, but there just isn't a lot of orders yet because people don't know about DoorDash. So that's your job to promote. Hand out cards. Tell people at stores that you go in to go to the bathroom or get a drink. Say, hey, do you guys, have you guys heard of DoorDash? They deliver to your work, your house. You can have 10 addresses on the app. Travel all over the states and get delivered to your hotel, your mom's house, whatever. It's a really cool thing. And hand them a card. And you get the cards. You can order them online through DoorDash, or you can swipe them from any business that has them at the front door. And leave them a couple behind, but take the rest with you. And hand those out. That helps us get more orders and more business, because a lot of people don't know about DoorDash. Okay, Dasher does not have to accept an order. That's the next one. You don't have to accept an order. That makes DoorDash clear and shows that you're an independent contractor. Okay, that's a legal thing. When a Dasher accepts an order, they must complete the delivery. So that's your agreement with the company. If you take that order, you're supposed to complete the delivery. But here's the thing. You complete it to the best of your ability. If you can't find the address is bogus, whatever, DoorDash is not supposed to hold you up. Okay? You make the decision if it's the end, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. Be careful, because if it looks like theft to DoorDash, they're gonna close your account. You're gonna go in to clock in one day and you can't clock in, and that's why. And if you try to sign up under another email or anything else, they'll find it and they'll close your account. Boom. What do we got? No. Denny's for $5. Dreaming. Okay, a Dasher is an independent contractor that has a driver's license, commercial delivery insurance, business license, permits for military bases, food permits, dresses appropriately, is not required to wear a uniform, has a clean car and clean bags, and all the supplies needed to do the delivery. So they're saying that you need to be ready to do your delivery business if you're going to do it. That DoorDash is not liable, but DoorDash is also not liable if the restaurant denies you service. If you go in there without a hot and cold bag, the store has the right to refuse service to you. And when that order is canceled, you get no pay. So make sure you go in there, dress decent, be nice, have your hot and cold bags. You can buy them cheap. You can go to Walmart and buy some. You can order them online, $30 and up for really, really good bags that will keep food hot for 2.5 hours or longer. I have custom order bags. You can look on my DoorDash videos, and I've got some videos of the bags if you'd like to order one. They're excellent, and I have them all sizes. Anyway, okay, so the Dasher is in charge of how they get the food delivered. If they want to meet the customer at the gate or front office, don't want stairs, don't want to walk around buildings, it is solely up to the Dasher. It is not a requirement of DoorDash for you to go upstairs, and they will tell you that. The reps will tell you that. Because I did like 4 3-story flights one time, up and down, in one building, because they blocked the hallways off and would only do 3 units at a time and didn't have signs. And I was mad as hell by the time I got that food delivered. And so texting really, really helps. Don't do it when you're driving. Get a co-driver. They can do all the texting while you're driving to alert this customer, so that usually they'll just automatically come downstairs waiting for you when you arrive. You don't text them, that's your fault. That's your problem, because you're not making arrangements. People are used to pizza man, he delivers, and those suckers can take 45 minutes or 2 hours and to get the food to you. DoorDash, we don't get paid good if we don't get the food moved quickly. So a lot of people aren't used to that really, really fast service. Okay? So, it's the Dasher's choice. You cannot get in trouble if the customer says, oh, they wouldn't bring it upstairs. Hey, it's the Dasher's choice if they don't want to go upstairs. And I'm not paid for that. I only get so much time on my order and so many miles. I'm not paid to drive around huge complexes and try to find addresses. I'm not paid to go up the stairs. No, that's not part of the delivery. I'm paid to go to that building. If they want their food, they really need to come downstairs and get it. I don't go upstairs unless I'm thinking it's a high-paying order or it's a really good tip, like at the Hilton or something. Period, zilch, nada. I am not going up 3 and 4 flights of stairs. I'm not going up 1 flight of stairs. They want that food. They need to come down and get it. And I pray to God they do, because otherwise I'm going to time them out. That's just the way I do it, and I make really good time on my orders and really good pay and really good bonuses. So, too bad. A lot of these people are really cheap that order on DoorDash, and this is a luxury to order food like this for such a reasonable price. So, there it is. Okay, so the Dasher will get the order done fast and safe. If you get a ticket, it is your problem, not Dee Dee. If you get cited for trespassing on private property, like the secured complexes, whatever, or hotels or apartment buildings, that's your problem. Dee Dee's not liable. You're independent. You're supposed to be licensed and insured and all that good stuff and act appropriately. You're agreeing with DoorDash that you'll get the order delivered just as fast as you can. Without speeding and texting and talking while driving and all that good stuff. And that the food is clean and safe. Dee Dee cannot control how the Dasher delivers food, their style or transportation of. That means if you want to deliver on a skateboard, or you want to deliver on a scooter, or you're walking, or you're delivering out of a tractor trailer, or you're delivering out of a Jeep, they cannot control that. It's your choice of how you do it and how you want to deliver to an apartment complex or a hotel or whatever. You'll learn with hotels when they stop you at the door. You'll learn with hospitals when security stops you at the door and goes, what are you doing? You'll learn when you go to a security complex that requires a gate code and the security officer says, you can't come in. We don't allow delivery people. Dasher decides how to pick up, deliver, and route the way they want to drive. Now, that's another legal thing DoorDash is trying to get out of. It's your choice if you don't want to go that route because of traffic, or you know a shorter route because you know the area. You could take a different route to go to the restaurant or the customer's address. And you, the Dasher, decides how you would like to pick up the order and how you would like to deliver it. I wouldn't piss anybody off, though, because they'll report you. A Dasher is a separate business from DoorDash. Okay, they're making very sure to make it clear to you that you are an independent. They're not liable for nothing. So that means the DoorDash insurance that we had, that covered us if we got in a wreck or anything like that while delivering is null and void. Got it? That means if you get killed delivering DoorDash or somebody punches you out, DoorDash is not liable. So they're making it real clear. Now, I'm not saying I can never get sued for it because a lot of times lawyers can bypass some of this stuff. So I'm not saying that. I'm not a lawyer. But that's what they're trying to say in this contract. DD does not have the right to restrict a dasher from multi-apping, block a dasher from customer delivery, and at any time a dasher has clocked into a DD shift. Now, that can get kind of tidy. They needed to break that down here because here's the thing. If you want to multi-app, go ahead, but guess what? DoorDash is timing you now. If you don't start moving to get the order, DoorDash will pull that order from you. They will dump it from your order list immediately if they see that you're not moving. So if you're multi-apping and you're waiting on an order to pick up, or you're waiting somewhere across town, or delivering an order for another company, that if you don't do something with that order you just accepted from DoorDash, real soon, they're going to send you one message that says, we don't see you moving. And then after that, you have so much time on their timer, and they will delete that order from your app. It just disappears. The end. So make sure when you accept the order that you're ready to do it. You're taking that risk multi-apping, but they're leaving it open to you and not discriminating and saying, well, you can work wherever you want. Just be careful. If you're clocked in for a shift or a dash now, you're responsible to DoorDash. Whatever you're doing in the meantime is your business. And a customer can't say, don't you ever send them again, or I don't want that person delivering to me. DoorDash can't do crap about it. The customer has to take it or not. Okay, so there it is. There's kind of a breakdown of the contract of what I'm seeing it as. And again, I am not a lawyer. Do you really think I'm going to take that order at $5? I'm doing DoorDash while I'm going through this contract. So, anyway, I'm not a lawyer. I do know quite a bit about law, but that is basically the breakdown. I'm really familiar with independent contractor laws in a lot of states and descriptions, and it's so light. The biggest thing is that they're trying to say you're responsible for your own taxes and all that kind of thing, and that you're responsible if you get in a wreck, and you're responsible for having commercial delivery car insurance. That if like the state of California is trying to put it through where dashers and food delivery people have to have food handling permits. So that means their cars get inspected, they get inspected of how they handle food, they take tests, and they have to retain a permit to deliver, which I think is great, because a lot of these dashers are nasty poo-poo. I've seen them with dogs and animals in the car delivering food, and Board of Health's not approving that. No, sir. Especially walking the dog while delivering the food. Really? Leave your dog at home. Or sending minor children, really tiny little children, to go deliver or pick up the food from the restaurant. The restaurant can't take that liability if a child gets burned or drops the food, whatever. That's not how DoorDash is done. You signed up for it, not your 4-year-old little kid. And remember, these restaurants can report you. This thing with these people that like to deliver food with minors left in the car that go psycho in the parking lot, showing their butt. Restaurants don't want that in their parking lot. They don't want that. Find a babysitter, leave your kids at home. Make sure somebody's in the car that's of age to watch them. I know that the legal age in Florida is 12. The legal age in Tennessee is like 15. Make sure there's somebody in there to watch your children. I've heard 2 instances. And one in Destin. And what is that? It's not Chick-fil-A. What is that restaurant that lady owns that franchise in Destin Commons? One we did a couple DoorDash drive orders for.
I can't remember it, so I can...
They have their own website, and people generally order off their website, and then it's contracted through that store to us to deliver, because that's one of the deals DoorDash offers. They'll offer you a delivery service.
Chipotle,
yeah. This lady, she personally owns her franchise. Nice lady. She's about 45 years old. And she is just absolutely appalled. She says, I wish I could request a dasher, which you can. You can request a particular dasher at any time they're on shift to deliver your food. And you send it to Doordash so that if you're on shift, those orders will come to you first. It's really cool. And you'll get a letter about that, too, that says, oh, Chipotle has requested you to be their top dasher. And that's really a nice compliment because they like the way you operate. I've got several of those from several restaurants around the States. It's really a neat compliment because I travel all over opening new locations for DoorDash and teaching dashers and stuff. But she told me that she was absolutely furious because a girl had come in to check on the drive catering order, and she left her baby in the car seat, in the car, I mean a baby, you know, like less than a year old, in the car, parked in a parking lot near her restaurant. And I mean, there's like the front door is inside the mall. It's not right at the car. And she was just furious about it. She said, how do they deliver with a baby left in the car alone? And I said, you just report them. Because you report them to DoorDash, and if you want, call local police. That's just sickening. If you're going to deliver food, make sure there's somebody of age to watch your children. Please, 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 don't leave your babies in the car. Don't let them be in the car and show their butt. Most delivery companies, a lot of pizza companies, will not allow you to have a rider in the car. DoorDash, you can have a rider in the car. Just be careful who you're bringing. Don't bring some big old nasty greasy looking dude and a bunch of dirty kids with no shoes, or dogs, cats, birds, whatever. Try to keep it decent. You know, the nicer you dress, the better your tips are. I make usually more tips cash than I get paid from DoorDash. Okay? So you figure out how you'd like to do it. I know how to do it. And I do great. Okay? Cool side job. You know what I mean? Because I have other businesses. I don't have to do this. I do it for fun. I enjoy meeting new people. I love people. It's really a fun little job, and you make money really, really quick in a very short amount of time. So we all love money, you know? So there you go. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope that helped you so much. If you have any questions, please post them below. If I'm able to answer them or to give my thoughts in regards to your question, go ahead. I'm a long-time dasher. And I've worked just all over the States, so don't hesitate to ask. And I really do work for DoorDash. Well, they say you don't now. I really do deliver for DoorDash, and where a lot of these YouTubers don't, they're lying to you. They've already been fired, or they never did a DoorDash delivery in their life. Please be careful to who you